Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulastri. I'm a postgraduate student at AKBP Nomensen University Medan. And my friend and I have discussed about humanism in foreign language learning, the branch of applied linguistics. And we have discussed about this topic under the guidance and directions of our beloved lecturer, Dr. Rosdiana Rajaguguk M.Kum. And in this occasion, I would like to share my little knowledge about humanism, and this is the discussion. Let's check it out. Okay, this is my group. Okay, the first one I will discuss about definitions of humanism. Humanism in applied linguistics refers to an approach that emphasizes the human dimension and ethical consideration involved in language teaching, learning, and use. It focuses on the learners as whole individuals with their own backgrounds, needs, interests, and identities, rather than just treating them as passive recipients of linguistic knowledge. Okay, this is the expert opinion about the definition of humanism. Sidney Hook, a philosopher in 1974, stated that some opinion about humanism such as follows. The first one is humanism are different. Say that. Humanism are different from or opposed to the imposition of one culture in some civilization. And then those do not belong to a church or established religion. And then these do not support dictatorship, and it do not justify the use of violence for social reforms. And the last one is the humanists support the elimination of hunger and improvement to health, housing, and education. Okay. The history of humanism. The meaning of humanism has evolved from Renaissance humanism inspired by Asian works to its reinforcement by scientific advancement during the Age of Enlightenment and its contemporary focus on human well-being and secularism. Starting in the 20th century, most humanist movements are non-religious, advocating secularism and human agency over supernatural revelations. Okay, the goal of humanism. This humanistic learning, the theory also has clear goals, namely, the aim is to become a more human person in the hope of being more sensitive to the surrounding environment, able to understand oneself, to be able to achieve self-actualization. Okay, there are some key principles of humanism. The first one, learner-centered approach. Humanistic applied linguistics priorities the learner's needs, preferences, and individual differences, tailoring teaching method and material accordingly. The next one is affective factors. It recognizes the importance of affective factors such as emotions, attitude, motivation, and self-esteem in the dialogue learning process and seek to create a supportive and non-threatening learning environment. The third one is holistic development. Humanistic approaches aim to develop the whole person, not just their linguistic competence, by fostering personal growth, self-actualization, and the exploration of human values and appreciations through. Okay. The next key principle is ethical considerations. Humanism in applied linguistics emphasizes ethical principles such as respecting learners' identities, promoting social justice, and addressing issues of power, and inequality in language education. The next, meaningful communication. Humanistic methods often emphasize meaningful, authentic communication and the use of language in a real-life context, rather than focusing solely on grammatical rules or decontextualist drills. And the last one is learner autonomy. Humanistic approaches encourage learners to take an active role in their own learning process, fostering independence, critical thinking, and self-directed learning. Okay. There are some techniques used in humanism. Humanism in education emphasizes the importance of seeing the whole person and appreciating the uniqueness of each individual. Techniques used in humanistic education include congruence. Congruence. The therapists maintain authenticity and guidance in their interactions with the client, avoiding any air of superiority or authority. The second is empathic understanding. This technique, the therapist actively understands and accepts the client's thoughts and feelings, conveying this understanding to the client to create a sense of being heard and understood. And the next technique is reflective listening. In this technique, the therapist summarizes the client's statement in their own words, reinforcing what the client is saying and helping to clear up any misunderstanding. And then, unconditional positive regard. In this technique, the therapist accepts the client without judgment, fostering self-worth, personal growth, and self-awareness through a caring attitude. And next technique is mindfulness. In this technique, is used to help individuals become more aware of themselves and their environment, focusing on the present moment. And the next technique is Gestalt therapy technique. This includes exaggerating behaviors, role-playing, and reenacting scenarios to increase awareness of feelings and emotion in the present moment. Client-centered therapy is the next technique. This approach emphasizes empathy and unconditional positive regard, allowing the client to take an active role in their therapy and explore their own identity. And the last technique is existential therapy. This type of therapy helps individuals explore the meaning they find in their life and take responsibility for their choices, recognizing their power to make changes. Okay. This method have advantage and disadvantage. I will share the advantage first. The advantages of humanistic thinking. The first one is focus on the learner. Humanism places the learner at the center of the educational experience, recognizing their unique needs, interests, and abilities. This learner-centered approach promotes self-directed learning and encourages students to take responsibility for their own education. The next advantage is promotes intrinsic motivation. Humanism emphasizes the importance of intrinsic motivation, which is driven by personal interest and satisfaction. By allowing students to propose topics they are passionate about, humanism encourages a love for learning and fosters a lifelong desire to acquire knowledge. And this is disadvantages of humanistic theory. The first one is Like structure, humanism learning theory may lack the structure and guidance provided by more traditional instructional methods. Some students may struggle with the freedom and responsibility of self-directed learning, requiring additional support and guidance. The second, time-consuming. Humanism learning can be time-consuming as it requires individualized attention and personalized learning plans. This approach may be challenging to implement in large classrooms with limited resources and time constraints. And the last one is assessment challenges. Assessing student progress and achievement in humanism learning environment can be challenging. Traditional assessment methods, such as standardized tests, may not accurately measure the holistic development and individual growth fostered by humanism. Okay, that's all about humanism theory. I hope you can understand what I am saying about, and I hope that this video is useful for you and for your education. And see you in the next video. Bye.